Hello everyone, so in this video we are going to be living in this unique dome house here in Calgary, Alberta, Canada for the next 24 hours. So first off, I have to share a tour of this house because it's so awesome and we want to show you all of the details, and then I'll take you along over the next day as we're here, and then the second half of the video will be unpacking and getting things back to normal once we get home from this trip. And also stay tuned later in the video. Right before we leave for the airport, I will share how to enter the giveaway that I'm doing in this video. This is an Airbnb house that we booked, that we're staying in here, and we want to give away a $100 Airbnb gift card to one of you, so stay tuned until later in the video to see how to enter that. So we have been traveling across Canada for the last 10 days visiting family and friends. 3 of my husband's sisters live here in Canada. I have a few cousins here. My husband has quite a few friends that live here in Canada, so lots of people to visit. We started off by flying from our home state of Arizona all the way to Winnipeg, Manitoba. We got our rental car and then drove 2 hours up to my husband's sister's house, and we stayed there with her and her husband and their 2 boys on their ranch for a few days. We had such a wonderful time with them, and we also got to visit with some other family and friends in that area that we hadn't seen in a really long time. So just a great trip over there. And after that, we made the 7-hour drive over to Saskatchewan, where we had quite a few friends and family, so we did spend several days there and just had such a wonderful time with them. Saturday night we were at a friend's house for supper and bonfire, and right before we left, the northern lights started, and it was just breathtaking to see. I was so excited because that was my first time seeing the northern lights and had no idea that we would actually get to see them, so it was just amazing. And 2 nights later we actually got to see them again. And then yesterday we drove into Alberta, Canada, because we are flying out of the Calgary airport, so we needed a place to stay for 1 night here in Calgary, and I booked this Airbnb because it looked like such a fun place to stay. It was so unique, and at the time it was only $211 a night. So we're excited to spend the next 24 hours here, and I do want to give you a full tour of this dome house, and then it also has a little like mini extra house on the side. So inside this dome there is 3 bedrooms, 2 bathrooms, and then a full kitchen, living room, dining area. So let's get started with the house tour. We will start on the outside of the house and then we'll come in here through the front door. So Jalen's currently standing by the front gate, and we parked along the street beside the front gate, and then you come in through the front gate, up the stairs to the front door of the dome house. You have a little seating area, and this is right outside that extra little mini house, which is where the kids are right now watching a movie. But what I love about this house is just they used every little area that they had inside and outside the house just to add something unique. They have a lot of seating out here, 2 different fire pits and also an electric fire pit, several different tables. So let's head inside and get out of this wind. So here we are at the front door of this dome house. To the left you have a staircase that goes up to that rooftop area, but we're going to go into the dome, which is where the main house is. This dome is super cool. I'll show you some footage of the exterior. All the bedrooms are downstairs, and then upstairs is the main living area. We just came through the front door here, and then you have this little entryway area. Here to the right, they have this really cool shelving unit, which is for shoe storage. You could also stick bags in here and different things. Everything in this house you can tell was a DIY project, which is really neat because it gives us a lot of ideas of things that we could do. The staircase here you can tell was a DIY project. And then over here to the left, they have this really neat peel and stick wallpaper that goes all the way up to the ceiling. The ceilings are probably the coolest part of this dome house because they've got all of these skylights that are surrounded by faux greenery, and they trimmed that out with a piece of stained wood. Just super unique, and you'll see as we go around the house that they added a lot of faux greenery in different areas. If you head up these stairs, this will take you up to the main area of the house, and they took the flooring up onto this wall as well, which just made for a neat accent. Just like I said at the beginning, just everywhere that they could add something unique, they did. When you get to the top of these stairs here to the left, they have this neat neat like wooden divider that they built out of 2x4s. This is something really simple that you could do. Just stain 2x4s. The top piece is a 2x4 and then also on the bottom as well. We were very excited to see that they do have a Breville espresso machine, so we can make ourselves some espresso in the morning. They've got different coffee syrups and then a lot more coffee syrup options down here in the cabinet. Right here is the fridge. You've got the garbage can over here, and then this really neat tile up on this wall. Beside of there you have a window with like a little place to eat your breakfast, drink your coffee. They've got a huge kitchen in this dome house that wraps around this whole half of the upstairs. Here they have this black countertop, and then over here this lighter gray countertop. They've got black cabinetry and two different types of tile on this wall. I love the stained wood shelf, and they've got some cups up here and then different oils, things that you need for cooking. The cabinets are pretty well stocked with everything that we need: seasonings, oils, dishes, everything. So because this house is a dome shape, it's just really neat to see how they built everything, how you had to design it around this dome, like having to design this kitchen around this shape. But a couple of things that we've noticed, like the drawers can't open up at the same time because obviously they're going to hit each other. And the fridge over there, you can't open the door all the way because it hits that wall that's sloping up. This section of the dome here upstairs is the living room. And then around this countertop is the first bathroom. And they do have a washer and dryer in this bathroom. And then in here you also have a shower, a vanity, and the toilet, of course. This bathroom has a really cool ceiling. The entire ceiling is just faux greenery hanging down. It kind of feels like you're in a cave a little bit, especially with all of the odd shapes. It's interesting to see how they had to design this shower around the shape of this wall. So that's pretty much the entire upstairs of this dome, and it kind of feels like you're living in a tree house when you're up here, just with all these skylights looking up into the trees, the odd shape, and also just looking out into the trees as well. They have trees pretty much out every single window. Okay, so we're gonna head down the stairs and I'll show you the downstairs portion of this dome. Okay, so at the bottom of the stairs, you have a little landing with a closet here that's locked with their cleaning supplies. And then in here, you've got the first bedroom. This is where Kyle says he's gonna sleep tonight. And then down here, they've been reading books in this little reading corner, which I think is such a neat idea to do underneath of a bunk bed. These are just little DIY bookshelves that they made with some pieces of stained wood. This whole section is a seating area, and this is full of pillows, and then they also made some more of those DIY floating bookshelves. And every single room has these neon lights. These beds do have storage underneath as well. So we'll head over to the next bedroom, which is where we're going to be staying. This one has one bed, which is also very high as well, so it's got the wooden stool, and then it also has this seating area and a really neat design behind this with all of this copper tile like what they have upstairs, greenery, and then of course another neon sign, and then some DIY black bookshelves over here as well with some more books. They do have a lot of books throughout the house and games. These are pretty neat since they don't have a closet in here. They just have these in different areas of the house, and this just pulls out. Okay, so we'll go into the third bedroom, which is where Owen and Levi are going to sleep. I think I'm just going to make Levi a little makeshift bed on the floor because I don't want him up in these high beds. He'll probably fall off because he rolls around so much in the night. But underneath this bunk bed, they also have a little reading area as well. Each bedroom does have a little window. It had to have been very difficult to drywall and mud this house just because of the odd shape. Each room has that little touch of faux greenery, and they've got it right here on the wall. I have seen these on Amazon before. It's actually just an entire sheet of this type of faux greenery. Okay, so now we'll go in the downstairs bathroom. Love this faux wall that they have here with the neon sign and then all of the different colored faux succulents. And then it's got a massive shower in here, which is pretty crazy how they tiled all of this due to the unique shape. This had to have been quite the job to tile this entire wall, the ceiling. They've got a very large bench in this shower. And then on this wall over here, you've got the double vanity with some very unique faucets. So these faucets actually show the temperature of the water up here on the screen. We've never seen a faucet that does that before. shower, and then these faucets pull out as well, which I'm sure is awesome when you're washing the sink. And yeah, just a really cool bathroom, and that is actually the last room in this dome house. We'll head back upstairs and take you outside and over to that other little house where the boys are. Outside the front door, they do have another neon sign which has the address of the house. And then if you go up these stairs, I'll just show you the roof of this little house first before we go inside the house. So this is the rooftop area. They've got a large hangout space out here, whole seating area over here with an electric fire table. And then at the end of this porch, you actually can see down into the valley and see the city of Calgary. Some heaters, which I'm sure will come in handy tonight because it is quite chilly outside. And then the entire ceiling is covered in string lights. This gives you a really good view of this entire dome house. The windows down here look into the bedrooms, and then the upstairs windows are that whole kitchen main area. They've got a nice fire pit area here out front, and actually a little putting green. Okay, so this is where the boys are hanging out watching a movie. I just want to give you a quick overview of this room. They've got another neon sign in here that says the Dome House with, of course, a ton of faux greenery. And then in the middle of the room is the couch with the screen. And then on this side, you have got a bar, little mini kitchen area. So I'll walk you over to the other side of the exterior of the house, and that's where we'll end this house tour because that is pretty much it for this property. Okay, so up this path, they have a lot of different areas where you can hang out. They've got a seating area here right beside the dome house, and then over in the corner they have a kids play area, which the boys were excited to see. Up at the top of these stairs they have another fire pit. This one is quite large, and you've got a lot of seating over here, even more seating over here, a garden shed, and that is pretty much it for a tour of this dome house. We are now going to unpack, get settled in for the night. I did actually get a Walmart order delivered to the front door. That way we'd have some groceries while we're here. So we're gonna make some supper and just enjoy hanging out here tonight and spending the next 24 hours in this dome house. So I was cooking some chicken because we were going to make some salads with chicken on top and diced cucumbers, shredded carrots, shredded cheese. This is one of my go-to salads, and you can top it with ranch. You could also put all of these ingredients into a wrap. I don't think I'd been that hungry in a really long time. We were starving as we were piecing this together. We just kind of been snacking during our road trip. You know how it is on a road trip when you're just sitting in a car. You don't really get that hungry and you don't want to stop and get a ton of food, so we were just kind of snacking along the way, and we were craving something healthy, so this just hit the spot. It was delicious and an easy meal to piece together. So at this Airbnb, we were only about 2 hours away from Banff, and originally we thought that we would spend 2 nights at this Airbnb and spend one of the days at Banff, but we just didn't end up having time. We really want to see Banff someday. The mountains and the lakes just look incredible and so beautiful. So hopefully on the next trip to Canada, we can go to Banff. And I wanted to say, if any of you are from Canada, let me know down in the comments, what part of Canada do you live in? Canada is definitely a beautiful country. We loved all of the farmland and had a wonderful time there.
Alexa, play.
We spent the evening on the rooftop area and had the fire going, the heaters going. It was a little too cold for us Arizonians. You can see there that over the balcony we had a view of the city of Calgary. You can see all the lights down there, and then the moon started to rise in the distance, and it was just a really pretty evening. everyone. The traffic's kind of loud out here this morning, so hopefully you can hear me. We woke up and it was a bit chilly. We had to go turn the heater on, so I put on Jalen's coat. We had a lot of fun with the boys last night. We turned on this fire pit out here on the porch, turned on the lights. This heater's really nice. I am nice and toasty sitting beside this heater right now. The boys think this is just the coolest house ever. They were so excited to sleep in it last night. This was just a really fun way to cap off and end our long trip to Canada. We are flying out of Calgary Airport, which is just a few minutes from this Airbnb, so that's really nice. You can actually hear the airplanes taking off down there. And this Airbnb is kind of up on a hill, so you're kind of overlooking the city of Calgary. It was a pretty view last night. The moon was rising. This is actually the first time we've seen hills since we've been in Canada. It's just been completely flat since we landed in Winnipeg and drove all the way across Canada over here to Calgary. It's been very flat and just tons of farmland. So anyway, I'm gonna sit out here and enjoy my coffee before we start cleaning up and packing. We actually don't have to head to the airport until 12 o'clock because our flight leaves at 3 o'clock this afternoon. So that's kind of nice. We can just have a slow morning and enjoy the dome house a little bit longer. The night before, we didn't really clean up our supper mess. We just went right out to the rooftop and wanted to sit out there by the fire and just enjoy our only night here at the Dome House. We had a lot of fun with the boys. So this morning, while the boys were still sleeping, we wanted to quickly clean everything up, load up the dishwasher, wipe off the countertops, and then start packing up our clothes and getting ready to head to the airport. Okay, so I am going to make us a quick lunch here before we have to check out. We are checking out at 11 and it's currently 10:27, so we have about 30 minutes. While we were driving to this Airbnb last night, I did a Walmart delivery order, which was really nice. It got delivered right before we got to this Airbnb, so it was all setting right outside the front door. I had bought enough stuff for supper, breakfast, and then also our lunch today. So last night we did salad, and then today I am just making wraps out of the leftover salad, leftover shredded carrots, chopped cucumber, shredded cheese, ranch dressing. Then I got some tortillas and oven roasted turkey breast. So I'm gonna start off by putting the ranch on my tortilla, and then we'll just layer everything on top. I thought we would pack these wraps to go, but we're all kind of getting hungry, so we'll probably just eat them quick before we get out of here. That way we don't have to take them with us. So after the ranch, I'm going to layer on oven roasted turkey breast. Just try to fill this up as full as I can and try and use up all of this food. Okay, so we just left our Airbnb and we have about an hour to kill before we need to go to the airport. We are going to get to the airport 3 hours early because we have to go through customs before boarding our flight. So I'm going to go and quickly shop through HomeSense and Winners. I've always wanted to shop through those stores, so going to go and see what they are like. I feel like HomeSense is kind of going to be like our Home Goods, but we'll see. So So while I was walking through these stores, the boys were filling up the rental car with gas, and I would say that HomeSense is definitely exactly like HomeGoods, but it's a lot bigger. It was a huge store full of so many items. And then I went into Winners, and I would say Winners is like our Marshalls that we have in the US, pretty much exactly like it. They have clothing and then also home decor. So that used up an hour of time. We are now heading down to the airport and going to take our non-stop flight back to Arizona. So at the beginning of this video, I had said that I would share how to enter the $100 Airbnb gift card giveaway that we were doing in this video at the end of the video when we were flying home. So I'm going to go ahead and share those details now. So I'm giving away a $100 Airbnb gift card to one of you so that you can use it on your future trip that you book. And the details of how to enter will be typed up here on the screen. You just have to be sure that you're subscribed, like this video, and then leave a comment down below this video, and the winner will be randomly selected from the comments next week on the day that the giveaway ends. And I always reply to the winning comment and then have them email me, and I'll send them the gift card that way. So follow those steps if you want to enter the giveaway, and I hope you enjoy the rest of this video. Okay, so we are back home, and it feels so good to be home after being gone for 10 days. We got home at about 8 o'clock last night, flew into Phoenix. We had a non-stop flight, which was so nice. Traveling went great, and now today I'm going to work on unpacking. I want to just get everything put away. I probably only have about 2 loads of laundry. With what I have here at home, I have about a load, and then from the trip as well, it might not be a full 2 loads. I did do laundry while we were at my sister-in-law's house, so I don't have as much laundry as I would have had. And I did clean up the house before we left on this trip, so it isn't very messy, but I do want to vacuum the floors. There's a lot of dead flies. I want to wipe down the countertops, just kind of reset everything. One of Jalen's friends in Canada roasts coffee at his house, and it's amazing coffee. So we bought 4 bags from him to bring home, and really excited to make some delicious coffee with these coffee beans. And if it wasn't so expensive to ship it all the way down here from Canada, these would be the only beans that we would use. So I'm finishing up a bit of cleaning here. Just wanted to wipe down all of the countertops and surfaces in the kitchen, and then I brought my sourdough starter out of its hibernation in the fridge and fed that. That way I could get it going again, because I wanted to get back into making sourdough bread every week. So I hope that you enjoyed this video and just getting to see a little glimpse at our trip to Canada, and then getting to see our final 24 hours in Canada, spending it at that dome house and the tour and everything. If you enjoyed this video, give it a thumbs up. Thank you all so much for watching, and I'll see you next week on Tuesday with a new video here at our home, and it will probably be a home organization restock video, so stay tuned for that, and thank you for watching. Bye.